So how's the tour going so far, man?
It's been great. Big shows, sold out shows, good reactions from the crowd. It's a new kind of a concept of ours, so it's been great. Yeah, smooth.
Well, talk about the new concept for this tour.
It's more of a visual show. Besides us playing the keyboards and singing and stuff, there's a visual aspect of the show that takes 80% of the show. There's a huge structure on stage of 2 floating spheres, all 3D mapped to the music. This build-up took us like 1 year, to do, only in the process of thinking about it, you know. So it's kind of a massive visual thing to see with an Infected Mushroom music on the background.
How much input do you have on the video side of things?
We had a lot of input. We were involved on stage 1. We didn't program it and stuff, but we have V Squad that made and Heather from Vida Motors. They've done the Amon Tobin show and a bunch of other very big productions. So this is the same crew that did this show. The whole storyboard went through us. The ideas came together. The sphere, the stage, we were involved from day 1. So we gave it a lot, and then we took it to professionals to do it.
Your style has always been really dynamic, and you've incorporated elements from outside of electronic dance music in your tracks a lot. But in the last couple albums, you kind of branched away from psytrance. There was a little bit of trip hop, and like there was one dubstep track and one drum and bass track. Was that more of like an experiment with different styles, or was that like an attempt to want to be more relevant in the way that dance music has changed?
The only reason is that we just like this kind of stuff, you know. It's what we always did. We used to have a time of heavy metal, so we try to do like heavy metal in our music, you know, and we like glitch hop, so we're trying to do it, you know, and same for dubstep.
Drum and bass we've been listening for years. We just didn't have a state of time or a point to do it, but then came the Foo Fighters cover out of nowhere, you know. And it is to stay a little bit more current, and because so many kids listen to so many variety of EDM, you know, so we see on the dance floor you can play stuff today that we would have never played a few years back, but we play it today because first of all we like it and it works. Like tracks like, let's say even The Messenger, which is a huge Infected Mushroom track, we would have never played this 7 or 8 years ago because we were playing 145 and not even a little bit of movement from that. But because stuff like that work on the dance floor today, so we do play it. So, you know, the perception and the crowds have changed, and we have much more freedom to do what we want.
That's a good point. I've heard that from other artists as well. Well, you said that you like dubstep and you like drum and bass. Like, who were some of the artists that influenced you to take stabs at those styles?
Definitely Pendulum, and in the drum and bass scene, we know them for years, and we played with them around the world like a few years back, and seeing the dance floor react to what they do, it's massive, you know. In dubstep, there's so many out there, you know, from taking it from I don't know, Kill the Noise, Skrillex, Datsik, OPO, Koan Sound. We love this kind of trip hop and glitch hop stuff. So yeah, we follow a lot of people, you know. So
you mentioned Datsik. Didn't you guys get to collaborate with him?
Yeah.
How was that?
Datsik, you know, we met a few years back. We sent him 2 minutes. He replied with 2 minutes. The track was done. We were so happy about it. And then he toured with Jonathan Davis, and Jonathan said, we know of Jonathan from back. He said, why won't I sing on this? And he recorded vocals on a bus like this, sent it back to us.
Wow.
We processed it, and there was this track ready.
That's pretty rad.
Listen, when we first met Jonathan Davis a few years back, we were so excited because we were big Korn fans, but he knew Infected Mushroom and he had albums, so you know, everybody knows it. Even if you don't think that, you know, they know. Same for Perry Farrell from Jane's Addiction. He came with a fucking Gathering album. You said it. He had a Gathering vinyl. Which you said, what the fuck are you having I don't have a Gathering album, so vinyl. No, I don't.
No, it's super weird for us, you know.
You know, so but
to see these people like even knowing us, it's insane.
But they do. So.
How did you guys, how'd you end up hooking up with Steve Aoki to release on Dipmon?
We met Steve also back a few years back, and putting out this record, Steve came to us to say, hey, let's put it on our label, you do whatever you like, I'll push it, you know, and I'll bring it to a new kind of EDM crowd. And we said, you know what, why not? And it's been great. the DMAC offices are in Hollywood next to us, so it's a LA crew, and they push it as hard as they can. We do whatever the fuck we want. So it's been great, and Steve has been helping to promote this to his kind of crowds, which are a bit different than ours, and yeah, it's been good times with them.
Very good, very open-minded.
Yeah.
Did the new album have the response that you expected?
Oh yeah.
I think more than we expected.
More than we expected. Yeah.
What do you guys have coming up on the horizon?
New EP came out now. Friends on Mushrooms, Vol 1. But this is a part of 3 EPs that are going to come this year. So Vol 1 came out in January, and Vol 2 is going to come out April, May, and then later on the year. So it's a full-length album, basically, all devoted to collaborations. So there's going to be a lot of collaborations in these CDs. So that's what we're doing at the moment.
Awesome.
And the Fungus Among Us tour. Yep. So I don't recommend by one track categorizing Infected Mushroom. I think the good way to know of Infected Mushroom is to come to a live set. Then it's done. You either like it or hate the fuck out of it, you know? So yeah, come to see a live set.